Hey all, John here. I thought I'd show you something neat that's been sitting out in our garage for the past 3 years. It's a silver tone phonograph from 1910, basically a crank record player. We bought it at the Renninger's garage sale or yard sale they have each year for like $100. We thought this would look amazing in our steampunk house, and realized pretty quick that it wasn't going to fit. So it's been out here just neglected, hanging out next to Junk Lady. Hi Junk Lady. And I figured I might work on this today, show you the pieces, the stuff we found inside, and maybe get it working. We'll see. Next thing we found, obviously, a bunch of records. King's Head with Calls. This is Brunswick Italian Airs Medley. They're all kind of in bad shape. Babyface. More of them too. I've never seen anything like this, but these have a really huge center. But I've never seen a center on a record this large before. If you remember the old tiny records we used to have when we were kids, they had little plastic inserts you could put in the inside, but nothing like this. So I have no idea what to do with these. This is the turntable, and you see the mechanism on the back. And this is the ugly green piece that we're going to try and replace in a few minutes here. So this is the actual player needle. This is neat because what this is a little plastic disc here and the needle. So as the needle vibrates, it vibrates this little plastic disc, which sends the sound through the tube to here. And then it goes into a larger tube. So that goes into this, gets larger and larger and larger to here. And then this goes into the actual phonograph and comes out even louder. I'll show you that in just a few minutes. And last but not least, this is the front panel on the actual player, and you can see it's pretty ruined. The fabric here is just stuck down with this little piece of wood around the edge. So it occurs to me after looking at this that I really kind of like just the way this looks without any fabric at all behind it. So I think I'm gonna leave it off for now. If somebody in the future wants to put some kind of a fabric on it, they can, but for now that looks really pretty, and it's I think it'll look great. So we're gonna go with that. Okay, so this is the actual phonograph cabinet with all the pieces missing. You can see it's pretty. I mean, it's a very nice looking cabinet. It's not one of the fancier ones. The fancy ones are very expensive, and so this one is, I would guess, a mid-range. Oddly enough, I think it was like 20 bucks when it was new. Not even that much. It might have been $10 when it was brand new from Sears. This is the sound hole on the front where the sound comes out, and as you go through here, this goes into the smaller metal tube that comes up to here, and then this is where the actual needle and the arm come onto, and that feeds the sound down through and comes out through the front. So that's how these record players work. I always wondered how you control the volume on one of these. You obviously have just sound that goes through, and there's no electronics to regulate that sound. So what you have is a little knob here on the back, and this knob is a control knob for a baffle in the back. Now you can't really see it very well here, but there's a little felt slider. As you pull out that knob, it closes the hole, and that's how you would muffle the sound as it goes through. Really cool. That's about it. So let's go ahead and start putting this thing together. Okay, and that's it. We just put the table on. The needle is right there. Crank is inside, and there it is. So now we're going to crank this up and see if it works. It should spin. That is the fast or the slow control right there, so we can slow it up or speed it if we need to. And that's the on switch. So I'm going to crank it first. Okay, let's try the on switch. Ha! It works! That's amazing. Okay. Let's put a record on. Alright, so I put Babyface on, and we're about to see if this thing works. I'm very scared. Look at that sound. That is as quiet as this goes. Try the baffle again. This is another one I found. And just so we can end with something really terrifying, this is the speed control model. That's pretty cool. I can't believe that after 100 years I just put it all back together and it works, and it honestly sounds great too, so that's cool. Maybe we can find room for it, I don't know. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Have a good day.